Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again, and make sure that you are found on jerichogreen.net at the conclusion of this video presentation. Now, friends, the time to prepare for bad times is during good times. If you know a big storm is coming, you prepare in advance. Same goes for our nation's future. Things seem calm right now, but it's the perfect time to prepare for the next big crisis. That's why we recommend stocking up on emergency food from My Patriot Supply. They're America's #1 preparedness company with millions of happy, well-prepared customers. Their food lasts for 25 years in storage, and it's an insurance policy you can eat. When you need it, it will be there. And right now you can save $50 on a 4-week emergency food kit. This kit provides breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, and snacks totaling over 2,000 calories a day. Every family in America should have one of these. So go to preparewithjericho.com and save $50 on your 4-week food kit. That's preparewithjericho.com. Do it before the peanut butter hits the fan. Go to Jericho. That was funny. Go to preparewithjericho.com. So this weekend, I'm telling you, either the people that write the speeches for Bidenis Pervertis are really conservatives hiding as moles in his administration, or they are the worst speech writers in American presidential history. Or maybe, actually, this is more likely, he's the worst reader of presidential speeches in American history. I think that's right. Because so this dummy, he goes down to Morehouse University in Atlanta, Georgia. And you know they're pushing the voter rights. I'm not sure what that's about, because they are trying to give, and have in some cities, given voter rights to illegals. So y'all aren't even supposed to be here, and you got voting rights. So I'm assuming that if you're an American citizen, you have them, especially if you are an American citizen born here, not of the parents from another country, not born of foreign parents on American soil. I'm talking about born of American citizens on American soil. Because if your parents are foreigners and not American citizens, and they squeeze your ass out here, that does not make you an American citizen. That makes you a citizen of the country that your parents are from. You just happen to be squeezed out on American soil. That does not make you an American. Don't get that shit twisted. It's not a law. It's not a rule. It's some bullshit, and I don't know how it got to this point. But if you are born of a foreign vagina, you are a citizen of that country, not this one. So anyway, voter rights, voter suppression, and all this bullshit. So where do they have to go to drive their point home? The South. So he goes down to Morehouse University, and I think he brought that dummy along with him. What's her name? It doesn't matter. So he goes down there and starts spewing the same old bullshit. This reminds me of when I was growing up, and I remember it really hit me. When I was a teenager, I had a job at McDonald's, and it was Black History Month, and they put out these little bullshit pamphlets, and guess who was in the pamphlets? Who are the all-stars of Black History Month? You got it. First of all, Martin Luther King, #1. They had Harriet Tubman in there. They had some Rosa Parks in there, and they had Madam, I can't remember her name right now. She's the one who invented the hot comb and shit. She was the first black millionaire, or whatever. And they might have thrown George Washington Carver in there about some peanuts. But they have the same 5 to 10 black folks they always trot out during Black History Month. And I remember thinking to myself, this shit is tired. Okay? And no other black folks did anything of note in American history. I remember reading about the inventor of Nerf guns. How many of you got kids especially little boys with a room full of damn Nerf guns. You're always finding darts everywhere. If I find another dart, I'm going to start throwing them away. I try to save them because it's my money. I'm the one who bought them. But I'm sick of these damn Nerf darts. They got the little foam body, blue, black, yellow, whatever, and then the little tips. Some of them have suction cups. Some of them don't. I'm tired of finding Nerf darts. But that's beside the point. But if you have a little boy, I'm sure you're finding darts everywhere. They got a room full of damn Nerf guns. And maybe you don't have kids. Maybe you're an adult who like to have Nerf gun fights. I'm not mad at you. I have Nerf gun fights with my kids all the time, and I do not take it easy on them. I destroy them. But my point is, Nerf was invented by a black guy. Why don't they bring out shit like that during Black History Month? Why not Dr. Ben Carson, Thomas Sowell? Anyway, my point is it's the same old tired bullshit. So what did Bidenis Pervertis do? What did our grandpa-in-chief do? What did Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. Swing low, sweet chariot. Huh? What did his dumbass do? He trotted out the same bullshit, but he added a twist. So, of course, he brings out MLK. He talks about the Birmingham church bombing. He read some scripture, because you know niggas love scripture. So he brought that shit out, and then he said, you know, Morehouse, what's the other one? Spelman, some other one. He named a few other ones. He's like, these schools always turn out, guess what? Guess who? Activists, advocates, educators, and preachers. Those are the occupations that he listed off to these black college students. You will only be an advocate, an activist, an educator, or a preacher. Meaning you will never rise above your local community. You will never branch out. You will be right here. You guys always have problems. So you're going to need an advocate. You're going to need an activist. You're going to need an educator to work in these underperforming public schools. And of course, the preacher. So the only thing Biden was missing was the ghosts of dead slaves behind him going, just waving back and forth. That's all he was missing to cater to this group of black people. But here's the twist that he added. Remember I mentioned the twist? Of course, he had to mention Trump. Trump was trying to do this to you guys, and Trump was trying to do that to you guys, and voter suppression and voting rights. Let me ask you about these voting rights. If you're talking about voting rights and you're pushing voting rights and you're going against voter suppression, then why did the voting rights groups and the civil rights groups and Stacey Abrams boycott your event? Now, I know it's Stacey Abrams, but I call her Stacey Adams because I don't respect her. Do you know what Stacey Adams are? So, hold on, let me adjust the temperature in the cockpit. It's a blistering 62 degrees here, guys. So, this was an opportunity for those people to get on stage next to the president, to get some shine, to get some pub. That's what these people want. That's all they want. This is the mainstay in their diet. Publicity, fame, and money. Those are the three food groups that they survive off of. They don't give a shit about voting rights. They don't give a shit about voter suppression. All they care about is fame, money, and power. And what an opportunity to be standing next to Biden. So even they boycotted this. What does that mean? When you have a piece of shit and the flies don't want to land on that piece of shit, you have to ask yourself, what's wrong with that piece of shit? Flies love shit. Why did they boycott it? Why aren't these sorry ass, worthless groups? Yes, I said it. We don't need no fucking civil rights groups. We don't need no voting rights groups. We got this. They're useless. They are the tonsils of civil rights groups. We can do without. But since these sorry sack, useless sons of bitches are out here wanting to do stuff, then why don't you have voting drives in your neighborhoods? These neighborhoods. Why don't you bring the voting power to the people? Why don't you have applications for voter ID or whatever on clipboards going door to door? Why aren't you really trying to change this rather than pandering and doing bullshit like Biden does? And really, voting rights is not a problem. That's racist. Okay? They always tell you black folks can't get an ID and black folks can't figure out how to use the fucking internet. I am the most technically unsavvy individual walking this floating rock we know as Earth. And I can figure out the internet enough to get a damn ID. Matter of fact, I was online last night trying to figure out how to get another real ID because I lost my other one. And if I want to buy ammunition or firearms without the real ID, you got to bring your birth certificate with you or a passport. So I don't want to do that. So I got the real ID so I could do that shit without bringing extra paperwork. Side note, I was in town the other day. I went to Ace Hardware because I got some pegboard up in my garage and I want to hang my son's Nerf guns up there. So I was looking for those little rods they put in there to hang shit on. And so you walk through the Ace Hardware, it's connected to this other building. It's a damn gun store and hunting supply store. I was like, oh shit, Candy Land. But I had my son with me, so I couldn't really give a lot of time and look at everything like I wanted to, but I'm going back. That shit was tight. But if you have these bullshit ass groups who are actually useless, we really don't need you. People can vote. We have a problem with too many people voting. How many dead people are voting every time there's an election? So our voting rights are too good. But speaking of racist shit that people shouldn't put up with, why did every student there or every person, administrator, whoever sitting there who is black not get up and leave? Why were they not insulted by the bullshit he was saying? Trotting out the same old civil rights figures, scripture. What does the scripture say? Stop that bullshit. Stop pandering. Pandering is racist. But these people are so deep-rooted in their hate for the right or Republicans or conservatives, whatever you want to call them, that they can't see past it. It's insulting and it's stupid. But that says something about this jackass when those very groups who are touting the same horseshit he is won't even come out and support it. And here's the cherry on top of this bullshit insulting racist Sunday. Then he started talking about how he went out and went to multiple protests when he was a teenager and how he got arrested. There was some black family that was being accosted or discriminated against because they wanted to buy a house or some shit. And so he left the house and went out there to protest for those downtrodden Negroes and got arrested. Guess what, guys? That was a bunch of bullshit. He never got arrested in no damn civil rights protest. But there's no fear of consequence for their bullshit, so of course they're going to say it. That's like me walking down the street telling people the sky is purple. Well, if no one's going to come out and tell me I'm an idiot or I'm wrong, why wouldn't I continue walking around telling everybody the sky is purple? Oh, stupid ass shit. And don't worry, guys. I'm going to put the transcript to his speech in the description box so you can read this shit yourself. And hopefully a single drop of blood will not come out of your nose when you get pissed at what you're reading. Stupid. I wonder if he got arrested with corn pop. Stupid ass. So, friends, the time to prepare for bad times is during good times. If you know a big storm is coming, you prepare in advance. Same goes for our nation's future. Things seem calm right now, but it's the perfect time to prepare for the next big crisis. That's why we recommend stocking up with emergency food from My Patriot Supply. They're America's #1 preparedness company with millions of happy, well-prepared customers. Their food lasts for up to 25 years in storage, and it's an insurance policy you can eat. When you need it, it will be there. And right now, you can save $50 on a 4-week emergency food kit. This kit provides breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, snacks, totaling over 2,000 calories a day. Every family in America should have one of these. So go to preparedwithjericho.com, save $50 on your 4-week food kit. That's preparedwithjericho.com. Do it before the peanut butter hits the fan. Go to preparedwithjericho.com. Now, while you're going to preparedwithjericho.com, I'm going in the house of my beautiful wife and kids. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to jerichogreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.